Welcome back to the Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show, where we discuss the game that we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise.
Exciting game!
Great game. So we just came out, of course, of the Speed Wall Orks versus the, what are you playing? Blood Angels.
Blood Angels. Yep.
And what a game it was.
Crazy. Death Company. We did the thing. We got spoilers. We got what we came here for.
Yeah.
We got death.
It was pretty devastating. I think neither of us were quite prepared for the onslaught of firepower.
You know, I don't know. I think there was a good chance that I could kill a lot, but you just having that shooting, that screen was really good. I saw red. Yeah. Maybe we could have dragged out the game a little better, probably got a little closer, but we went for blood. We went for the dominating win.
Hello.
There we go.
Welcome back to the Good Talk. I think I was impressed and surprised by the fact that you went all in with the 2 units.
Yeah.
Obviously it didn't pan out, but it's the Death Company is a unit that can be deceptively tough to kill, right? Because you have the 6 up feeling the pain, you can pop the 5 up feeling the pain, and the 2 wounds really helps kind of offset that. But the Speed Wah, the Army of Renown in particular, just puts out so much damage.
Yeah.
This was not the best Speed Wall list, but it has a lot. And the Bikers actually, funny enough, they're not super killy, they're not super durable, but they're durable enough. They're just a ton of wounds. It's, what was it? It was 66 wounds, basically, that you have to dig through. So that's just a ton of toughness 5 bodies. But even with you're still winning them on 4s, right?
That's right.
So it was a lot to chew through, basically.
Yeah. Usually Blood Angels on the charge, they should be going to, winning on 3s, 2s. That's what we're used to. That's a little safe spot.
Yeah, exactly.
But winning on 4s, oh man, we actually wound your whole army on 4s, even the big stuff.
Yeah.
I think. What was I gonna say? I was like, oh, I'll put the invuln on them, and I'll have exploding 6s. And I'll take care of the bikes, and I'll live enough to make sure you don't shoot at anything else.
Exactly.
But didn't pan out that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's up, Zach? We good?
Yeah, we are good. Folks, we actually Titans fans, Hobby Titans viewers know this, but we actually had our computer out for a while, brought it back, used it for a couple of days, and then the same problem happened again. So. Not the best computer repair shop, maybe.
They were so clueless.
And so we are using kind of a different setup here. And of all things, what I realized is Bridger's Discord is not signed in. So I just had to go grab my phone. We can read off of that. Yeah.
Hence also the hand countdown.
Yes. We could have showed you the Hobby Titans intro, but they would have been confusing.
We thought in some ways this was more interesting.
Definitely.
Sure, it was.
So that was the game, but do you have any MVPs?
Honestly, I think my Death Companies didn't live up to my expectations, but they were good. I mean, I didn't play them optimally.
Sure.
So what can you do? Infiltrators though,
Yes.
really good against Orks. Pop smoke. Even looking back, I probably, if I were to play a more passive game, like kind of like a min of the max game, I probably would have planted the bomb and got on the middle objective to get the first stranglehold, and probably would have held it a little better, and then pop smoke. And now that I would be kind of hard to shift, and I would still have the Death Company in your backline.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that's the number one way to fight Orks. Shooting Orks is still get those minuses to hit.
Another reason why I bring more infiltrators.
They're amazing, frankly. They're just great. I totally agree. So that's 100% MVP for you.
What about you? MVP? For the Orks, they have a favorite buggy, maybe.
I know, right?
Did you like the bikes this game?
The bikes did the bad job that nobody wants to do, which is they just sort of created a wall and took it on the chin.
Yeah.
So they did essential work here, but it wasn't like glamorous work.
Sure.
I'll be honest, like I said, it's not like the strongest list, but I was able to protect the strongest parts of the list because of them.
Right.
So I think because of that, I would give it to them. If your Death Company had gone into something juicy, I would have lost them for sure. You would have tagged multiple things. I could only fall back and shoot with 1 unit. It would have been really scary. So I think they are the things that ultimately let me do that and just kind of bunker up for that turn, prepare for the impact,
I dig it.
And receive it well.
Cool.
Well, that was that. If you guys have any more questions about the game, let us know, and we're happy to answer them. With that, we do have some super chats. Take it away, Zach.
Yeah, thank you again, 95 Ginger Age. They were asking about airbrushing black for an Oathway army, right? They wanted to add, sorry, my previous question should have been a Hobby Titan stream, but I couldn't wait. Thanks for all you do. I really enjoy all the Tabletop Titan stuff. And it's been so long, it's like tuning in to watch friends play now.
Aw, thank
so
you.
thanks, yeah.
We're glad that you join us. I mean, that's like all the fun, right? It's our friends together playing, games, and then it's our friends on the other end watching and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
So it's just the best of every world.
But yeah, very, very good feels all around. And it's almost a Hobby Titan stream because we have not solved the outro, which we also will have to, of course, come up with a solution for on air. So that'll be fun when we get to that. I just now realized that.
I mean, the second option was to run the intro and then just grab some paintbrushes and stuff and just
And just do
just play it off.
yeah.
That'd be so funny.
So, okay, well, thank you, Will. Longtime fan, first time super chat. Just want to say that you all got me through 2 Aussie lockdowns, and 6,000 points of AdMech and Custodes. You're all amazing. Also, Snoz Not Snoz, Taco Bell is terrible. Sorry, not sorry.
Look, you're not wrong.
Soz, I like Soz,
Bridger's,
not Soz.
Bridger's not here, so.
What is Taco Bell like in Australia? Do we know? Restaurants changed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. I'd be curious. Let us know if you know.
Any all-season chat, let us know if you've had both American and Australian Taco Bell.
Look, it can't be worse.
Maybe like
be worse.
Vegemite instead of.
Vegemite.
Never mind, it could be worse.
Meat.
John, now you're just being hurtful.
Here's your Vegemite like chalupa.
But good work. You were super productive on lockdown.
Yeah.
I don't think I did much hobbying at all. I was more in the video game life during lockdown.
Yeah.
And from what we hear from Adam Camillari, pretty brutal lockdown in Australia,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
Well, thank you, Will. And thank you, Vexlar. Hey, Titans, longtime watcher, first time in chat.
Welcome.
Fellow Demon player here. Absolutely love the channel. Keep doing what you're doing. P.S. I miss Brian's sweaters.
Aw, I miss him too.
They're actually, some of them are hanging right here.
Some of them are right off camera here. And yeah, he's due for a return.
In some
Yeah,
ways.
for sure.
for
Like
sure.
I'm sure he's itching to play 40K and stuff as well. And it's
Definitely.
been almost like a month and a half since we've seen him.
We saw him at LVO, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of travel. And I think fall was a lot of travel. So he's trying to be a bit more cautious about it. So much.
Yeah.
But thank you for the support. We really, really appreciate it.
We do. Thank you, Evan. I recently won 2 matches at my friend's crusade with my Viola Tau.
Nice.
I defeated Necrons and AdMech. From watching your show, I've learned so much from you all. Thank you, Titans.
So many good vibes tonight. Thank you.
I love it.
That's super
Bunch of
cool.
love. Man,
Yeah.
we need an excuse to do some Crusade stuff.
I know.
If not on the channel, then outside the channel as
Separately,
well.
yeah. I'd love to because all these books have really interesting different systems. We were just talking about the Tau one earlier, and they do there's a lot of cool stuff. The GSC one, as you can imagine, also super cool.
Weird, yeah.
You were talking about the Crusade rules for Craft World and the Young Prince.
You can get the
or
Court of the Young
Court.
King.
Yeah,
it's
Young
like a
King, yeah.
rule. It's so cool. And of course, the temptation there is then you'd be like, oh well, that's how you start like a new. You gotta do your Beltane army specifically for the Crusade.
Yeah,
and then you
true,
go,
true.
Yeah, we should.
Crusade does seem so fun. It can be a little wacky, and I haven't played with any of the army's new rules.
That's the vibe, though.
That is
It's
the
supposed to be
vibe.
like crazy. Like people have crazy buffs. There's an avatar in my game now. It wasn't there before.
Right,
Like, what is this? What is this rule?
I think you have to just as long as you're all on the same page. It's a great time. It's a great time.
Okay, this is a great question by Hymnos, but it's an odd question. I think there's 3 questions in here.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the question before.
Yeah.
I've got you guys where I want you because you can't see the question.
Yeah, I know.
So there's an interesting question. Then there's like a middle question.
Okay.
And then there's a third question that's unrelated to the first question. But the question in the middle might be related to either the first or third question. And then there's like a meta thing going on too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the question.
Okay.
Here's the question. Hymnos. Thank you, Hymnos. Hey, Titans, looking for advice. Considering starting first army as Eldar, but maybe Tau. Mm-hmm. What do you think about bringing a PBJ for morale? What other types of snacks do you like to bring to events? So
I love it.
The PBJ, I think, is truly, he does mean a peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, you had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, peanut butter jelly is what he
Yeah.
means. Like,
Yeah.
right? Not because he's using the phrase morale. So it's like, is he talking about
Yeah,
some
yeah.
Tau or Eldar unit?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to think of an Eldar unit that's like, so like the Avatar,
It's-
there's
it's the
Yunari,
Plague Burst Trawler.
Incarn. Yeah.
And then there's this meta component of a PBJ is a sandwich, and he's like sandwiched this in between
two
these
sandwiches?
these two
Wow.
different questions.
Amazing.
That's funny.
So
Have you seen this classic YouTube video of like, 10 Warhammer players that you'll always see, and it's the guy that proxies everything,
yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, this toy truck is actually like my truck for Orks.
Right.
Oh, this like Snickers is like my Rhino, and then the guy's like, oh, what are those Oreos? Like, oh, these Oreos are just in case I get hungry.
Yeah.
Probably one of the low points in my Warhammer career was when I was first started off playing tournaments. And I won't name the tournament, but I had the bye for a round because I sucked. I lost my first round, so I got the bye. And this person, it was like they didn't really have someone ready. They kind of had like one of the TOs was kind of on hand, and they was like, okay, like I'll play you. And he's like, okay, but my knight is in the painting competition, so this Pringles can is my Atropos. So I'm just like shamefully like losing also to the ringer.
Pringles. What flavor of
That's
Pringles?
a Pringles
though?
can.
What flavor though?
What flavor? I don't know. And it was
Sour
also
cream
early
onion.
on.
Sour cream and onion.
Sour cream and onion.
Of course, John would spam sour cream and onion Pringles
Spamming.
spam.
He had at least like 3 of
The
those. Right?
most spammable type. It was horrible. And for some reason, like Mel was there too, like just watching, which made it all way worse. I was just like, ah,
This is like before you guys were married, or like it was like
yeah, we were still like dating, and
early,
like,
like,
it was just like, it was horrible.
I'd rethink that. I'd be embarrassed
It was
if I was
definitely a low
early on
point in my
dating
life,
someone
I'll
and they
be
come
honest.
over and watched me playing against the Pringles can.
And losing to a Pringles can.
Okay, now there were some
Right.
questions.
We
here.
should actually answer the question.
Okay, question 1: Eldar or Tau as your first army? These are my 2 armies. I would say this: I would go Eldar right now, and the reason is that Tau are so powerful that I think you could find yourself in a position. I'm being serious here, where some of your friends, some people, people you're not friends with, if you're just getting into the hobby, simply won't be interested in playing you. Now, it won't always be like that. So if you like Tau more, ultimately you should pick what you like more.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a really good chance you'll go into a pickup game, and if there's 3 people there, and you're trying, those 2 are gonna be, yeah, let's not play the Tau player, and it's a bummer. Maybe it'll get fixed soon in FAQ, but they're scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree for the same reasons.
On the other hand, both are really great picks. First of all,
Yeah.
I think it's easy to make a really well-rounded list, tone them down, Tau or Eldar. You can't really say that.
Adrian and I looking at each other like,
You can take Crew and stuff. I don't know.
They're amazing.
great, that's so good.
You can take Forge World stuff.
okay.
There you go. There you go. Not troops, but yeah, you can.
You can do your Triptide, and it'll be all right. You can stay away from like the predominant battle suits.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Eldar, you can easily tone it down. I think there's options in both codexes. But I would go Craft World. I would go Eldar for sure.
You'd pick Craft
I just
World,
like the breadth and depth. As far as snacks go, so first of all, you should totally take the PB&J.
Yeah, PBJs are good. I haven't had one in a while. They're so good.
They are good.
Yeah.
The question is, what snacks? Gaming snacks or like event snacks?
Bring to events.
So for me, my number one thing is water. I bring
snack
4
of
bottles
water.
of water. Yeah.
A nice water snack.
Yeah. I bring a bottle of water for each round, and I try to drink it every round.
Yes.
And you feel so much better if you do that. It's a huge, huge thing. So.
And if it's a 2-day event, cough drops for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't have this problem. You guys all have this problem. I don't have this.
Yeah, I don't have like I don't
Cough
know
drop
the
thing?
vocal like capacity.
Yeah, I don't lose my voice.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't
So
know
that's
why.
my main thing. I don't have like snack. Do you guys have any snacks you take?
I'm infamous for just not eating like the whole day.
Jeez.
Like it's bad. I would recommend.
Sour cream and onion Pringles
Yeah, that's
from your night army.
boom. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Hold on, one thing. Hold on.
Let me take some wounds. You're wounding this guy. These are our wound counters.
Oh my god.
It's such PM. Oh my god. It's horrible.
Like you're like picking it up and like putting it back down.
Yeah. So it's like not even in the same spot too, which makes it worse. It's just like not enough that you can really complain, but you're just like, come on, dude.
Do you guys remember Pringles like commercials were centered around the fact that you didn't make a mess while eating them? This might have been like 90s, maybe
Yeah.
like, and like they'd show people eating normal potato chips and like dumping them out in their face and getting like chips everywhere, and then the person eating the Pringles is like nice and clean.
Yeah. Which is funny because I have the opposite problem. It's like when you're getting down there and you're like this,
Eventually,
and then they go. Yeah.
eventually you have to turn.
What are those-
You have to upend Pringles.
What are those PB&J sandwiches that come in like a frozen pack?
Oh, Uncrustables.
Uncrustables. Boom. You know what I'm talking about.
Uncrustables?
Yeah.
I think
they're like
Isn't it
no. There's
Crustables?
no crust on like
Oh.
it's basically all middle part. They just
And they-
cut out into a circle.
What?
PB&J.
It's almost like a ravioli. It's like a large,
Yeah.
right? It's like a large peanut butter jelly ravioli with white bread.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you never had like lunch money, lunch lady would just give you this.
Yeah.
It's like here's
So
like
they
a,
just like had them.
here's this like a thing.
Interesting.
Oh,
We feel bad for you.
Weird.
interesting. Nuts. I like nuts.
Weird hot take.
Weird. Yeah, any kind of nut. Peanut.
So weird.
Yeah.
You're
And
so
mustard?
old. You
Wait,
can't
what?
take nuts into
Mustard.
public.
Mustard.
No, yeah. Pat C says peanut butter and mustard.
That's weird.
Oh my
Yeah, Pat, I'm gonna go ahead and
All right,
remove
we're just
you
gonna,
from
we're
chat.
just gonna this is a casual ban.
Yeah, just you keep
Peanut
it.
butter and mustard.
But thank you, Hymnos. That was a great question. Good luck with Tau or Eldar. Both are fun to paint.
Yeah.
Both are a good army, a first army to paint up too. Thank you, Ogre Barbarian.
Hey up.
Hey, Titans. How do we feel about a Squigoth loaded with 2 5-man tank busters with double bomb squig, hitting on 4s with rockets that are mobile and releasing bombs protected by 16 T8 wounds?
I think it's cool. I think the battle wagon does it possibly a little bit better because I believe it's faster, but it's pretty close to be honest. And I think it's great. I think that's the best way to play tank buses right now is in one very tough body. Oh, no, I see. Because the battle wagon, I'm like talking to myself, the battle wagon to be T8, you have to give it a hard case, which means it loses open top.
Oh, they don't have to
Squigoth
shoot?
would keep open topped, yeah.
I see. That's
And
good.
I think it went to a 3-up armor save, so that's really cool, actually. It's the same thing with the big Squigoth, honestly. I think the main way to make it playable is the same principle. So I love it. I think it's great. Good wah to you, sir.
Yeah, and thank you, Orkzak. Good wad, Titans.
Good wah to you.
Crumpum good, Adrian. I'm working on an Astraeus for my salamanders. Too crazy to bring to events, or maybe too interesting not to?
The second one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at a cool place right now where it's not the best thing, but it's also not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Wait, salamanders?
Salamander's Astraeus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what, 800 points? So you still have 1,200 points of like real army?
Everyone's going to
cool.
have fun playing you.
Yeah.
Whether they lose or win, it'll be cool.
That'll
That's
be beautiful.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm super into it.
Yeah, it's fun. Like in Sigmar, I haven't played competitive 40K in years, but
Yeah.
in Sigmar, it's kind of fun to show up and someone's got something that's a little wacky. Like I play against a colossal squig
Yeah.
in SoCal, and that was cool. Like it was not great, but it was good enough that it was like a thing I had to work with and work.
Exactly.
You know, that kind of stuff's fun.
That's interesting. Yeah. There's a lot of Harlequin players jumping around, and I recently kind of just like went through all the factions. And I'm like, who can beat these Harlequins? Like, it's crazy. Like they have so many minuses to hit. And it's like, oh, flamers are cool, so salamanders are interesting that way. And like
you
just
said
having
gloom
like
spike
flamers
Right?
Yeah, bloom spikets.
and like Harlequins don't have like a mainstream way to ignore Overwatch. You have to be like, is it dark to ignore Overwatch?
You have to be dark or you have to have a Death Jester.
Or a Death Jester.
Yeah. That's what people aren't
Yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah, thanks, Zach. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Ethereum Bunker. Played my first game versus Tau as Grey Knights.
Oh.
Hid behind all available terrain, got table turn 2. My list is fluffy, but damn, help please.
Yeah.
We played that match. You know, there's some things that you have, some things that you don't. You know?
Okay.
You have marine bodies, really good at dying to Tau. But you also have a lot of 2-up. You have a lot of minuses to hit. You can stay in tight of shadows, get the dents, stay out of line of sight. You won't get the cover. But you'll avoid things like the other ignore line of sight stuff.
Right.
It's weird.
Did they turn off your -1?
Yes, with the smart missiles, but not with the
Airburst fragmentation.
airburst. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the bulk of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it is pretty interesting to do that.
Yeah. And then you're also like -1 to hit with other guns, right?
Yeah.
So if they
But
have,
how
if
do
they do have
you-
line of sight,
Everybody's like, oh, smart missile system. Like, sure, and like you're trying to avoid that, but how do you come back at them?
lots of dreads. You're still taking 5 dreads. Stay in the back.
Yep.
Teleport up. I mean, one of the few factions that can actually take huge swaths out of Tau, as long as you're shooting first, right? So you need to have a big turn of just coming up with all your 5 dreads and just dominating a crisis team or a broadside team, I think. And just get to smiting, man.
Yeah. Ooh, smiting, yeah.
Maybe consider Terminators? I don't know.
Yeah, I was
or
gonna ask you.
Paladins? Because they could take armor resilience with a +1 save, and now they're 1-up, even out in the open. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. 1-up is where it starts getting, honestly, and this is crazy to say, but like 1-up is where it starts getting problematic for Tau. Because 2-up, you're going to be at 3s, and you're going to be rolling, I'm going to make you roll like 40 saves a turn. And that's not an exaggerated number, right?
Yeah.
But 1-up now is a problem.
Yeah. Play around with it. Try to play the breadth of the game. Don't pull a John and Cowabunga. Turn 1 into Orks. Try to,
Is that a John?
Today it was.
Today it was.
Shockingly.
That was a John?
Very off-brand.
If they're Montcalm, try to stay back a few turns, and play the later game.
Totally.
Right.
Thank you, Sir Ninroot. With vehicle. Oh, no, wait. We missed one here. Thank you, Siege Roots. Vanguard Spearhead time. What would your obscuration discipline psychic powers be? I'm going to always take Tenebrous Curse, in my opinion.
Tenebrous Curse I love.
This is the Space Marines.
This is the Phobos
right,
chart.
the Phobos chart. Yeah, exactly. That's
Which-
the word I'm looking for.
Is this... this
No,
which book
that's
is this?
Blood Angels.
Blood Angels, all right. I actually need to go grab it. It's been so long since I looked at it, which is kind of a shame. So
Yeah, especially with the new Vanguard detachment. It could be very, very interesting. Tenebrous Curse.
What does it do?
I know there's one where it's not possible to be targetable outside of 18 or something like that. That's a cool one. It's a very sneaky theme, right? So we'll have to take a look and see. See it?
yeah, so here's the chart. So Tenebrous Curse it's a debuff. It's -2 to charge and advance, I think. Charge,
Okay.
move.
What's the distance
so
on
it's
it?
half move, -2 advance, -2 charge, and you take a mortal wound. 18 inches. You have to be visible. Doesn't work against fly, but it's a great utility, right?
Yeah.
Temporal Corridor, interesting, of course. Phobos unit within 6. They can't shoot or fight this turn, but they can immediately move or advance. Which
Okay,
is
it's a
funny.
double. It's a double move.
It's basically the new cooking.
Yeah. Ouch.
Let's see. -1 leadership, -1 to hit is interesting. This one,
It's a malediction.
malediction, yep. This blessing, select a Phobos.
Don't they have like an untargetable one?
Yeah, that's this one. So it has to be within 18 to, no wait, until the start of your next psychic phase, unless that unit is the closest eligible target, enemy models cannot target that unit with range attacks. Amazing, especially against Tau.
I like that one.
Wait, they have to be the closest eligible unit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
So you can't be hidden. It's not character blocking per se, but
Yeah.
still, for a backfield, something that they want to airburst
That's
or
true.
whatever.
That's true.
Sorry.
interesting.
One gives rerolls to hit and ignore cover. And another one is, oh yeah, you do a mortal wound, and if you, with 3d6, if you exceed their leadership, is equal to or greater than their leadership, you get a command point. That one's cute, but yeah, I probably would go with Tenebrous Curse and Shrouding, which is the untargetable one.
Yeah. That's cool.
First of all, but there's a lot of cool stuff. in here.
Tenebrous is kind of cool. It's like a little bit of everything. -2 charge, half the distance, and just a mortal wound to ice it off.
It's cute. I'm
Very
into
cool.
it.
I like it.
Thanks, Siege Roots. Thank you, Sir Ninroot. With a vehicle's Iron Hand list, vehicle heavy Iron Hands list, 3 Dreads and 2 Gladius Reapers. Should I add 4 heavy Melta Eradicators, 4 Devastator Centurions with Laz, or Gladius Valiant?
Gladius Valiant.
Yeah.
I think definitely the Eradicators between those three.
Yeah, I'm impartial towards Eradicators for sure.
Yeah, I think the Centurions still overpriced and not getting the buffs that they would need. The the Lancer is not enough shots to be consistent. Eradicators have the best of everything except for movement. So you'll have to be careful, but they're great. Yeah, they have core, all that good stuff.
Chat's just like super distracting today. Super hilarious.
Just talking about cucumbers on pizza. Like you still
Banh mi pizza, guys. Come on.
Banh mi pizza?
Banh mi.
Oh,
I mean,
we do enjoy good banh mi
we
here.
love. Yeah, I love banh mi and pizza
Separately.
separately.
Like church and state kind of thing here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not onto something, all right? I mean, there's potential there.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Nimrod. Thank you, Nicholas.
Yep.
Sister's question: is it better to have Meltas spread around battle sister squads? Or Retributor squads? Thank you for the great content. Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. Most of the time, I would say Retributors because you want to be able to pour your buffs into them. If you have more Val, give your rerolls there, and know kind of where you're spending your Miracle Dice. The exception would be if you're playing Martyred Lady, where as long as one model in the unit has died, you get a +1 to hit. Then I think it is potentially compelling to have one or two kind of throughout. I've actually had some success with that. So, but even in that case, I'd almost say do both, right? I think there's almost no such thing as too much Melta. So yeah, that's kind of the way I would look at it for sure. Good question.
Yeah, and then plus with Retributors, you get the little guy that gets you double
cherub.
shoot.
Yep.
The cherub, yeah.
And you ignore cover. Not the minuses anymore, but you do ignore cover.
That's cool.
So you just want to be able to stack all that stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, Papa Bear. What up, Titans? Been thinking about heavy intercessors. Is 8 points too much for +1 toughness, +1 wound, and strength 5 guns?
Oh, I'm sad that these heavy intercessors never took off. I immediately, as soon as they came out with like the little they came in Kill Team first or something.
Yeah.
I immediately bought 3 squads.
Oh yeah.
Not like, I think it came in like a double pack, so I bought it like off
it was
people.
them versus
I only
Necrons,
bought
yeah.
the Space Marine half, so I'm sad they never took off because I have 3 squads.
It's a shame. I think 8 points is too much, unfortunately. They're not terrible, and they can have a role in your army.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're focusing on it in your big squad or it's just a back squad that is going to be tough.
It's a great armor type. There's so many cool strats. T5, 3 wounds.
You can make them very tough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they need a little bit of love.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or like even like kind of like secondhand love, like from if you were to upgrade like Imperial Fist or something. Now they're a little more interesting to take.
Okay. I do enjoy good Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a cool unit.
feel ya.
You don't really see them.
I know.
Thank you again, Siege Roots. I'm trying to do a black to light gray on my Eliminator camo cloak. How do I make the gradient more of a smooth transition?
Ooh. Well, of course, the first question, right?
If you're airbrushing or not,
Yeah.
right? If you're
Probably-
yeah. What do you
Probably
think?
not, right?
Probably not, right?
If you are airbrushing, the short answer is it's about kind of like releasing your paint as you go up and doing kind of like a flicking like this, and as you go up, you release it. So that's the airbrush is the short answer. For a brush, how would you do this with a brush?
Well, there's this product I like a lot that AK makes called Transparator, which is like this medium that thins your paint without making it too watery. So I would use that with a wet palette. And I do this often if I have to go in somewhere too small that an airbrush can't work on. I'm trying to think when I've most recently done this. Siege Roots, but AK Transparator, look that up and play with that. I would say in addition, you want to maybe, if you're going black to light gray, no airbrush, good to know. You might want to think about the spectrum of the colors. So I would go from a black to like a Corvus black or an insanely dark gray, which is what Corvus black is. Then something like a medium black, like Mechanicus Standard, then down to light. So I'd jump a few colors. And I certainly would, again, be using, if anyone who's purely painting by brush, not ready to take the plunge or not interested in taking the plunge into an airbrush, I think you need to get a wet palette, for one. It really helps you control the consistency of your paint. That alone might be enough, but on top of the wet palette, try the Transparator. I would recommend.
I think wet palette can seem scary to a lot of people, but it's really simple actually, and you can either buy one or just on the YouTubes, just look up homemade wet palette, because it's really just a place where you can kind of blend your colors and be like, well, here's my gray, I'm mixing some black here, make it a little bit darker, and so on and so forth. So don't be intimidated by it.
Yeah, don't. And if you are not able to purchase one, make one. But they're inexpensive. And honestly, the one I like the best is from Red Grass Games. You order it from Red Grass Games. It's not too expensive. It will take months to arrive.
Perfect.
Art.
Yeah.
Art. Thank you, John.
Yeah, thanks, John. Good call. And good luck, Siege Roots. We appreciate your support and your support on Hobby Titans. Thank you, Cultist Chansey. Now, Cultist Chansey sent this list in, and I'm actually probably going to pass my phone to you, John, because
I was absorbed in a chat.
yeah, Melly's like, you haven't blinked for 2 minutes.
Called out. Like,
So Cultist Chan sent this in, and people were like, "Oh, I can't wait for Zach to go through this list." Now, it is an Aldari list. I think it has some Craft World. It definitely has some Craft World. I see Eldrad. Okay, let's look through this together because I think some of it is insane.
All right.
Maybe fake, but I think it has it's Harlequins.
Okay.
So one Eldrad, one SWHPL.
Sky Weaver, no. Sky, wow, immediately
No,
stumped.
MD Paint. I know, I said in chat, I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to do this. I started looking at it. I think, Cultist Chansey, if you're here, are you trolling?
SWH?
SWHPL?
Space PL.
So Sling Patrol.
Phoenix Lord. Oh,
Phoenix Lord.
Scorpion, no.
Swooping Hawk, Phoenix Lord.
Okay.
The Swooping Hawk,
Lord.
Phoenix Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has a name.
Uh-huh. I thought we were throwing up.
All right, okay.
did
But
it.
here, it gets hard. So, okay, to recap, Bararoth,
I love this game.
Eldrad, one Lock, L-O-C-K.
Warlock. Okay.
Warlock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait.
That was easy. That was an easy one. Yeah, I knew. I wanted to see.
It's gone too far down the rabbit hole now.
Yeah.
One group of 5 Rangers. That's easy.
Okay.
2 times 3 G.SR.
I can see why this is confusing because we're like not just using acronyms. We're using acronyms
It's
for like
systems. It's a
few like there's some short like words.
It'd be like if we were using metric and like Kelvin and imperial. Okay. 2 times 3 GSR.
2 by 3.
Guardian. No.
2 by 3.
SR. Are these not the troops?
Times 3. 2 times 3.
Guardian.
2 times 3. 2 times 3.
And also, did it switch to
What? Huh?
Did it switch to Harlequins? Because it does switch to Harlequins. See
At
where,
some point.
Oh, what does it say?
Without
2 by 3
indication.
with no
an
indication of
HQ.
anything. It switches with no Solitaire. He's not HQ.
No, he's not an HQ.
Okay, so let's come back to 2 times 3 GSR.
Trying to see this.
And here we go again. 2 times NS. Night Spinner. Night Spinner.
Yeah.
Ah.
What is
TM.
GSR? 1 TM is
True Master. Okay,
True
now
Master.
we're
There
going
we go.
into-
Okay, now
okay.
SS in is
Shadowseer.
Shadowseer.
Or Sky, no.
Okay, then
Sky-
3 groups of 5 troops.
Yeah.
2 times 3 Void Weavers, 1 Star Weaver, 1 Solitaire.
Okay.
So it's that GSR that we don't know.
And
We think it's
Guardian. What's the melee? Storm Guardians?
2 times 3?
Oh,
2 by 3 is weird.
Support weapon. Guardian support weapon.
I see.
No.
That's not what they're called,
No.
though.
SR
They are Guardians.
Oh, it's still SR. What is SR?
Okay, anyways.
Which channel is this in? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, channel.
Thank you.
What do you think of this list?
Honestly, he's onto something. It's Ulthway.
Eldrad.
Yeah, it makes sense. Honestly, I don't hate it. I have yet to try out the Swooping Hawk Phoenix Lord, although I think it has wings.
That's the last time you get a joke. That's the last time you get a speaking role.
Because like it's a character that can just shoot and then back out, right?
So people have.
I've
heard a lot of theory crafting around Bararoth.
I have him, by the way. Very poorly painted.
We should get him painted up. He's cool, yeah, because he's a very fast obsec thing that can battle focus. I'm a little skeptical.
Yep.
Because his name's not Karandras. But anyways.
Or Fugan.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this list, huh?
Has more shots than a normal Swooping Hawk, but it doesn't have as much as 5 or 6 Swooping Hawks.
Right.
It's like 6 shots, I think. It's a little better. Has more AP.
Why aren't we calling this person by his name? His name is Barab.
Barab.
You're not calling it. Earlier, he just referred to as
Him,
the
guy.
Swooping Hawk Phoenix Lord.
The SWPL.
Shroud Runners. Oh, it is Shroud Runners. I don't know what the G is, but yeah, I think, Tyler, you're right. It must be Shroud Runners.
Okay.
The G is throwing me off.
Gangsta.
And they
Shroud
do
Runners.
go in groups of
3.
I'm
three.
I'm sad that you're not taking more Guardians, but at the same time, you're very intelligent for taking 2 patrols and not spending too many points on troops.
I think the G is just a typo.
Gangsta.
Gangsta.
Yeah.
I like it. I honestly think it's a good list. I don't like the Solitaire,
You don't like Shroud Runners either.
and I don't like Shroud Runners.
Yeah.
If that is what it is. If that is Shroud Runners.
Yeah.
I would try to take a 20-man Guardian squad, just because it's so great. Hitting on 2s,
Is this old way?
re-rolling. Yeah, it's Oldway. Eldrad's in there. Eldrad's great
Then yeah.
because you're taking one Farseer.
Yeah.
Does Ulthway make Shroud Runners better?
No. They get a 6-up invuln.
It's true. Yeah, so I think there's some points to be saved here. Obviously, play it and like configure your own thoughts, but I think you can drop the Solitaires and the Weavers.
If you want a beat stick character, take a second Troop Master and give him the Rose. It's just better than Solitaire.
Boom.
I'm so bummed about Solitaire, but
The G is most likely silent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a silent G.
It's a silent G.
Silent G put in there
That's
before
true,
Shroud.
Matthew Nurgle.
Shroud Runners, yeah. Thank you, Siege Roots again. Crusade is cool for me because I have a competitive mindset, so Crusade lets me just do fluff stuff.
Yeah.
I learned Victrix Guard is nuts, 3++ bodyguard.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm totally the same way. And that's why it was nice to just be like giving myself permission to just play to the narrative. And like, I don't know, it's just nice to have do something different.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I mean, I would love to just start Crusade and I don't know. Just,
You're like, but I got to practice for my tournaments.
It is crazy fun to like, after the game, like go level up your stuff. Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyler. Speed Mob and Ardent Shroud, Sisters of Battle, both have rules that say they count as not moving until after they shoot. Does that mean they can do actions?
So the Argent Shroud one, unless it was changed and resolved, I believe as written, does work. That was something I had asked early on. And we're like, oh, they'll probably FAQ it. So if they haven't FAQ'd it, it probably works.
I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Speed Maw is only during the shooting phase. Yeah, go ahead.
So it would have to also depend on the action you're trying to do, right? Like some complete immediately? Some.
Well, sure, yeah, they do now, right? Some of the Knockmoon ones are like, if you have.
Because if you're saying you don't count as having shot until the end of the shooting phase, then if you shoot and you go to another phase after that, and you're still doing the action, you'd fail the action because you'd count
What's the
having shot.
mission where if you have objectives secured? Is it the bomb?
I think it's the bombs,
Like,
right?
If you have objectives secured, the bomb just happens.
They could say at the end of the turn it completes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Right, that's the thing. Each time this...
Oh, it is the end of the turn. It's not.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you don't
beginning
have
of the next
OPSEC,
turn.
it's like the
beginning
next.
of the next turn.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's weird, yeah. Each time this unit advances in your movement phase, until the end of your shooting phase, it counts as having made a normal move instead.
I think that just is saying that you
Ignore
could
advance.
you can advance and do an action, which is actually very useful because now you're planting bombs, even though you have 6-inch
But
move.
once you get to, say, the charge phase,
Oh,
do you now count as having advanced, in which case now your action fails?
I see.
I felt like Argent Shroud was worded a bit different.
Oh,
but
because you also wouldn't be able to charge for what it's worth,
it just says...
which is what they're.
Yeah. It just until the end of your shooting phase.
That's interesting. I feel like the Tau one has some wording that specifies, like specifically something applies to your shooting phase.
Correct, yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That's what makes this one a little bit strange.
Yeah. Banners, right? Banners completes immediately. Move phase, right? No, because then you would be able to shoot. Just kidding. Yeah, I think most actions complete at the end of the turn.
Yeah. Looking at it again, I'm thinking not. I'm thinking it wouldn't let you do that, but it's kind of a shame in some regards.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a cool little bonus.
I think that, yeah, there should be a lot more of that,
Yeah.
doing actions and doing stuff.
Like, this army needs it, because it's like, cool, you can R&D, but like, you're still not, it's not enough.
Yeah.
You know? And if you could shoot and do it, then genuinely you could actually start to do it.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, Caldorf. Adrian, are you thinking to add some Black Knights to your Raven Wing? Any tips for quick and easy Hyperphase Reapers? I have 6 more Scortep to knock out.
Ooh.
So, yes, I actually have 5 built, I think. I built them a long time ago when I started Dark Angels, and I just didn't finish
What are
them.
Black Knights? I don't even know what those
So
are.
Black Knights are the Ravenwing biker, like elite bikers. They have the plasma talons on them, and they have like the cool power picks.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're super
They're
cool.
so cool looking. You
are.
never see them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I just need to finish them. So next time, kind of do the Dark Angels in batches. We did the speeders and stuff, and then I'll come back and I have that, and I have some flyers. So they do exist. They will be painted, and they'll join the ranks of the Dark Angels. Of the Ravenwing.
Flyers are so cool, too.
The flyers are sick. Yeah.
For some reason, I just thought of, I just about a flesh wound, and he's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the second part was what? The question?
Hyperphase Reapers. I have 6 more Scortep to knock out.
So I guess paint-wise.
Yeah. What is a Hyperphase Reaper?
this
So
is Necrons now.
yeah, it's their swords. It's either their swords or their big glaive, but it's the big Necron weapons.
Yeah, it's in like the 9th edition trailer where it's Necrons versus the Marines.
Yeah.
The sisters
Oh,
in
yeah.
there too.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
everyone
it
just
is the big one.
And everyone's just killing the Necrons very easily. It's like, oh yeah, this turned out to be accurate for 9th Ed.
Right?
It's like, wow, the Necrons aren't doing so hot.
Just died to like
poor
a
Necrons.
sister.
So brutal. Personally, I tend to make the weapons very, very bright.
I like that in Necrons.
Yeah, so I would frankly undercoat them, base them in white, even if that means your Necrons might be silver or whatever, but then go ahead and undercoat the whole weapon in white, so you have a really, really bright undercoat, and then I would do frankly yellow or a greenish yellow, and then wash the whole thing in a green wash, and then we're gonna get this pseudo sort of glow, and that's all using brush. Obviously, I think airbrush I would do a bit differently, but same principle, where you're blending from the yellow to the green, and you do like a green wash over the whole thing. It gives it this kind of sickly glow to it.
Guys, we did it.
Shocking.
Oh my gosh.
Now, after we talk about what's coming up next,
Yeah.
we have to figure out how we're ending this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because we don't have a.
I think we're gonna do it newsroom style, where partially newsroom style. I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna mute the mics, and we're just gonna chit chat, muted, and they won't be able to hear what we're saying, and we'll just put
We can mute our mics from here.
Oh yeah, and we'll
yeah.
just put the closing credits over that.
Okay. I wish we could dim the lights just a little bit too.
I'll just turn off all the lights.
We should all
Okay.
just walk out. And just we'll just leave the studio.
Oh, I see.
Also
So
not
me and
doable.
John will chat.
Yeah,
The lights.
I'll do the lights.
Okay, you'll do the lights?
I think it'll be good. It'll be good luck. You guys
Okay.
ready for this? Before we let you go, though, however, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. And again, reminder, we have Matt from Dice Check on Saturday. It's going to be awesome. We're all going to be hanging out and watching him and Bridger duke it out.
Heck yeah, I'm excited.
It's going to be awesome. And after Sunday, there's this day, it's called Monday. And on Monday, we have lots of things going on. We have the release of our very first pre-recorded. This is going to be the Siege of Metallica. This guy, John, he played the Admech fighting Bridger and the Death Guard. So that's going to be fantastic. Going on in the morning. But in the evening, we've got another show for you. We are so obsessed with streaming. This week we showed the brand new Fire Slayers book for Age of Sigmar. And this week we're showing the brand new Edeneth Adipkin book featuring my very own Mel against my very own Zach.
Yep.
It's going to be an awesome game.
Mel's
I'm really looking forward to it.
stream debut?
No, she's played a couple of games.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually played her Edeneth before, actually.
Okay.
She was working on the Sylvaneth, but then this book came out, and she's like, well, now I got to work on my Edeneth. So
Fun.
we're printing Coral and Kelp as we speak.
Yeah, fun.
Nice.
That's
be fun.
awesome. Well, with that, thank y'all so much for hanging out. We'll catch you next time on the Tabletop. Bye. Meeting. muting.
Muting. Bye.